while ago on the backstretch.
Funny how we just swapped back and forth. The 8 led a while, then they pitted, and the 88 led a while, and then they pitted, and then the 1 led a while, and they pitted, and here we are back to that very similar scenario.
And that's why the 147,000 seats here are still all filled. Nobody leaves in the 6th inning of a Winston Cup race.
There is no 6th inning.
Here comes Earnhardt Jr.
And the fans go wild. I mean, they stand up there cheering. They know this kid is on a mission. Blew by Jeff Gordon and just drove off and left him.
The fastest man on the racetrack that last lap was Steve Park. He has halved the distance between himself and Dale Jarrett.
Look at those 4 tires through the middle of that corner. Picks up that throttle about 2 car lengths before Dale Jarrett pulls up on him here down the front stretch. It won't be but about a couple of laps. He'll have this lead.
Plus, he's getting a little help. He's getting a little draft help as he catches up to the back of the 88 car.
Fox Track showing you the intervals instantaneously as Park catches Jarrett and Earnhardt Jr. tries to move in.
And I don't think that Jarrett will put up much of a fight right now. He knows Park's got 4 tires. He'll probably let him drive right on by.
Picked up 3/10 of a second from the middle of turn 1 and 2 down the backstretch.
Well, we're getting at a point in this race now where you got to start showing a little bit. You can't be holding back much.
Here you see the top 3 cars right there now. The second, there's the top 3 cars. This is the intervals now. Dale Jarrett, Steve Park, Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Park now looking for the lead.
And he's going to have it as they come off of 4. He's going to cut it down under. A little steam in that 88 down the straightaway. Park's running a little bit higher line than he had been, trying to get a run off that corner to get up out there with some momentum. That's his spotter talking to him, Dale Jarrett, and he's telling him nice and smooth. Heard a similar conversation at Darlington a few weeks ago. Take care of them 4 Eagles.
That's Bob Jeffrey, who's his spotter, been spotting for him for a long time.
Let's go back to Sterling Marlin and Ricky Rudd. This is the race for 5th place. We've talked a lot about parity this year, but there's only 2 Dodges on the lead lap right now. That's Marlin and Blaney, and only 1 Pontiac, Benson. Neither of those 2 makes have yet won this year.
There's a good number of the Dodges. There's 10 of those, but the Pontiacs, it's not that many of them, so their odds are not all that great.
Check that. Ken Schrader got back on the lead lap, so that's 2 Pontiacs. 2 Dodges out of 19 lead lap cars. The rest are Chevys and Fords. And there's 1 of each. Jarrett and Park. Now this time in this run, Darrell, Steve Park's been not so anxious to go after Dale Jarrett for the lead.
Well, you know, it's one thing to catch these cars. You hear the drivers talk about it all the time, but when you get up behind somebody, it takes the air off your nose. You pick up that aero push. This track is notorious for being tight off, push off. It keeps you from getting that run you need to pass down the straightaway.
Could Steve Park right now be conserving his tires in case this is a long run?
I don't think so. I think it's showtime myself. I think you got to get out there and get you a lead if you can and begin to prepare for that final pit stop. You know why I say that? Because Jeff Gordon is lurking right along with these guys, and he knows that as well as I do.
Jeff Gordon there in the 4th place, 24 car.
It's funny how some of these guys will just kind of ride along, but when it gets down near the money laps, they start to get real serious, and all of a sudden they separate themselves from everybody else.
Dave Blaney, since he got back on the lead lap at the last caution, he has been flying. He's back in the top 10.
Well, that's a fast car. We know that. Saw that at Atlanta. This track is so similar to Atlanta, and I expected him to be up there better than he really is.
From last place to the top 10 after being a lap down and getting that lap back on a caution. Park continues to shadow Dale Jarrett. 100 laps to go.
Here he comes. Boy, he's going to get him on the outside.
He's got room. He's there.
Outside.
Park's the new leader.
All clear.
And that may be the first pass we've seen for the leader for any really significant positions on the outside. So that outside groove is working.
Steve Park looking for his second win of 2001 with just shy of 100 laps left in this cattle drive in Texas.
Who makes the best minivan? The only power rear hatch with cargo organizer. Check. The only movable, removable center console. Check. Most powerful engine available. Check. The only 3-zone automatic temperature control. Check. Dodge Grand Caravan. The best minivan ever. Check it out. We invite you to see, compare, and drive Caravan. Now with low 0.9 financing.
You ready, guys? This could be the ride of your life. You gotta get past the myths and the excuses. Erectile difficulty is a common problem. Effective treatment is available. Talk to your doctor. You might be surprised how easily you can get through it.
Select and digitally record up to 35 hours of programming. No tapes. Ultimate TV. Watch what you can do.
You know what they say about oysters. The same is true about tires. Enhance your performance at Pep Boys, where 35,000-mile tires are just $4 for $99, or 70,000-mile Futuras 4 for $179. Fall in love with your car again at Pep Boys.
NASCAR Winston Cup Racing, presented by the Home Depot on Fox, is brought to you by the Home Depot, the official home improvement warehouse of NASCAR. By Dodge and nearly 3,000 dealers who invite you to come see what's different. By UPS, moving at the speed of business. And by Miller Lite. Grab a Miller Lite. It's Miller time.
240 laps complete here in Texas. Steve Park and Dale Jarrett among the Koch family of drivers, running 1-2. Just under 100 laps to go here in Texas, and that will mean one more pit stop.
One more pit stop. I've already been running this pencil, running this calculator. What we got to remember, all the leaders was on pit road around lap 206 for that caution. That's 128 laps to go. We saw an opening in the show, pit window, somewhere between 60, 65 laps. Jeff Hammond, not a lot of strategy there, what you got to do.
Biggest thing right there, Larry, is is he being able to get that driver to get down on pit road, don't speed down pit road, and make darn sure that you get on and off pit road as quick as possible. You guys don't make any mistakes. Don't beat yourself. Here we go again, talking about don't beat yourself. You're Steve Park. You got to lead. Don't give it up by doing something stupid.
And what we've got to do, we're going to see about everybody on pit road around lap 270.
The thing I'm interested in is who's going to pull the trigger first. If I'm the leader, I'd like for that second place man to dive on pit road and then follow him.
Well, let's check on pit road with one of those lead cars. Here's Dick.
And I'm with Robbie Loomis. Robbie, what is your strategy from here for Jeff Gordon?
Well, right now, we're probably looking at stopping one more time in about 25, 30 laps. We really, if it goes green, that's about all we got left to do. We need to get that car a little bit better right now. It's still a little too tight.
2 tires or 4?
We'll have to think about that. We'll probably have to get 4 on this next time.
Okay, to Matt Yoakum.
Tony Eury Sr. prepared the car that went to victory lane here 1 year ago. Tony, when will you make your last stop?
Probably around lap 273. I think we can run a lot further than most of the guys, so probably they stop when you stop with them. It'll probably be a little early. We lost a little time while ago. Stayed out. Ground full on new tires. We'll probably stop whenever they do, and hopefully we get a good stop.
His car is currently in the 3rd position. Let's go up pit road to Steve Burns.
Matt, with Paul Andrews. Paul, tell us about your strategy if we have just one more stop.
Well, there's really not a whole lot we can do. The car's pretty good right now. We've been trying to get it freed up. We got a little too tight there right in the middle.
we'll just see how we are at the end of this run. If we need to speed up again, we will. Right now, we just need one more stop.
Mike, Larry, that 8 car, you know, remember early in the race, he stayed out longer than anybody else. And so he's going to be able to go a few extra laps, looks to me like, on fuel and tires.
Now here's the DuPont team, Jeff Gordon's team, having that team meeting. Jeff Hammond talked about it, talking about that final critical pit stop. Should it stay green? Now somebody told a joke as they broke up there, but they know what they got to do on that last pit stop.
And at 180 miles an hour, that can mean the difference. Dave Blaney continues to knife through this field. Here he works underneath Rusty Wallace, and this will move Blaney, the former World of Outlaws champion, up into 8th place.
Big difference in the attitude of those 2 cars as they exited the corner. The 2 car kind of reared up on the left front, and that 93 car, Blaney, that thing is sucked down to the earth. I like the way it looks.
Let's look at the provisional starters and where they are right now. Sterling Marlin's gained 32 spots. Dave Blaney's gained 35 positions since the drop of the green flag today.
This track is real sensitive when they go out to qualify. Some of those cars that are back there, they went out early. They got the track wasn't good, and they got bad qualifying runs, and then a couple of them got into some of that fluid that was put down and messed up their qualifying runs. So we was expecting to see these guys move through the field, and they are.
Riding there with Bill Elliott, who's gained 19 positions since the green flag.
And Bill got a lap back at last caution flag there, and that really helped him.
Johnny Benson just ahead as they move past John Andretti.
Bill Elliott down into turn 1 right here. Saw touch that brake just a little bit. Back on that throttle. Coming off the corner here. Wide open, wide open, wide open throttle. Right there on the exit of the corner. Comes off the corner about 170 miles an hour down the backstretch.
Straightaway is short, isn't it? At 190 miles an hour, it's short.
And you mentioned it earlier. It's what makes a gear selection so tough here. You need a lot lower gear for the backstretch because it's so short, but it would put you turning way too many RPMs on the front stretch here.
Yeah, what you got to watch for late in the race is engine failures because they have been working hard today.
All right, it's 0.7 of a second from Steve Park to Dale Jarrett. Let's see what happens to that lead margin when we come back to Texas Motor Speedway. 250 laps complete on Fox.
Grandstands and infields, pistons and thunder, muscles and speed, men and machines, speedways and octane, scanners, pit stops, checkered flags and championships, trophies and beer. Start your engines, baby. I'm a race fan.
Ever thought about what could happen in 3 short days? You could fall in love. You could, with appliances that are eager to please and know their way around the kitchen. We'll fix you up at the Sears 72-hour sale. It's your chance to get 0% financing through August 2001 on all appliances over $399 and live, well, happily ever after. And hurry, with this much going for them, they won't be available forever. The 72-hour sale at Sears. The good life at a great price, guaranteed.
You remember Jared from Subway? Turns out he's inspired a lot of people.
Still looking good. He'll show you the way. His name is Jared, and he'll lead you to Subway. That's where it goes, along with the rest. For 7 sandwiches with 6 grams of fat or less.
What an inspiration. Subway. Eat fresh.
For nearly half a century, one event in NASCAR has separated champions from all the rest. NASCAR's most challenging event, the Coca-Cola 600. A limited number of excellent seats are still available, so call today and be a part of an American classic.
This May, make Charlotte your ultimate race vacation destination. Lead into the big race with a week-long festival. Tour all the NASCAR race shops and enjoy other exciting events at Lowe's Motor Speedway. We can even help you find a hotel room. Call 1-800-455-FANS today.
Entertainment Weekly calls Jessica Alba sci-fi's siren for the next generation.
So you want to be my next victim?
Dark Angel at 9, 8 Central, Fox, Tuesday.
254 laps complete here at Texas Motor Speedway. There's Steve Park Chevrolet looking for its 2nd win of the year. Dale Jarrett's Ford in 2nd, 1 second back, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. in third.